Hey everyone, so today we are going to do Carnage Explained. I've been wanting to do this video for a long time, and I want to explain it right. So tell me what you guys think at the end of this video, and put that in the comments below. Also, if any of the characters you want me to do, feel free to put them down there as well, and we'll get them on that list. Other than that, let's get started. So, to know Carnage is to first know his host, Cletus Kasady. Cletus Kasady is a sociopath and a homicidal sadist. He's a deeply disturbed individual with a dark past as a child. He ended up killing his grandmother by pushing her down a flight of stairs. He tried to murder his mother by throwing a hairdryer into her bathtub, and then ended up torturing the family pet by putting a drill through the dog's head. So eventually, he was sent to an orphanage, and when he was at the orphanage, he went to St. Estes Home for Boys, where his antisocial behavior made him a target for abuse from both the other orphans and the staff. So Kasady gained revenge by pushing a girl who had laughed at him for asking her out on a date in front of a moving bus, and then later burning down the orphanage. So this character first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man issue number 360 as a cameo in the March of 1992, and has his first very full appearance in issue 361 that April. So the writer at the time wanted to make a darker version of Venom, intending to have Venom's human alter ego, Eddie Brock, be killed off in Amazing Spider-Man issue number 400 and have the symbiote continue to bond with the series of hosts. However, as Brock and Venom's popularity increased, Marvel would not allow him to be killed. And at the time, we were introduced to Cletus Kasady in the comics. He was already known as a convicted serial killer when we first meet him. He was then captured and sent to Rikers prison for 11 murders, though he was bragged about killing a dozen more. When he shared a cell with Eddie Brock, the host of the alien symbiote, when Brock's symbiote soon returned to be bonded again, allowing Venom to escape prison, the symbiote unknowingly left its offspring in the cell, and due to its alien mindset, the symbiote felt no emotional attachment to its offspring. The new symbiote then bonded with Cletus, transforming him into Carnage. The bond between the Carnage symbiote and Kasady was stronger than the bond between Brock and the Venom symbiote. As a result, his Carnage is far more violent and powerful, way more deadly than Venom. So he ends up escaping prison and began a series of murders, and at each scene of the crime he wrote Carnage on the wall with his own blood. He was ended up found by Spider-Man. Though the hero proved to be no match for Carnage's powers, in a desperate move, Spider-Man made a truce with Venom at the time while he was still a villain to fight Carnage as a double team. The Carnage symbiote was defeated and apparently destroyed with sonic weaponry, but unbeknownst to them, the symbiote's deeper equilibrium with its host helped save it. And after entering Kasady's body through a small cut, it bonded to his blood. And that's actually what causes the red coloration. And here's a little fun fact. So, with the inspiration coming for Cletus Kasady, they actually stole it from DC Comics supervillain, the Joker. But getting back into it, eventually he was captured and sent to the raft. When a prison break broke out, Cletus tried to make his escape, until the Sentry flew him into space, ripping Carnage in half. Carnage was seemingly killed and left floating in space according to Iron Man's computer, but Kasady may have been inside the symbiote when the Sentry ripped it apart. However, it was later discovered that Kasady was in fact within the symbiote when the incident occurred, but both survived due to the symbiote putting them into a dormant state. So, orbiting Earth, Carnage's body crashed into a satellite and found by Michael Hall, the satellite's owner and the competitor of Tony Stark, who then proceeded to retrieve it from space. Hall then separated Kasady from the symbiote and using its properties created a prosthetic limbs and exosuits which responded in the same way as the symbiote. And so that's why we see him with only the upper half and his bottom torso is gone. So once free to do as he wished, Cletus, directed by his symbiote, arrived in Dumbarton, Colorado, and he took over their whole population by controlling them as offshoots of his symbiote, proclaiming this city was the new capital of a new symbiote sovereign state. Part of the Avengers, along with the Thing, arrived to stop him but were possessed by the symbiote's copies. Later, Spider-Man, the only hero standing, Spidey managed to get out of there with the help of the resistance of non-infected citizens. Eventually that was all resolved. Down the road, Cletus was put in custody in the Thunderbolts Mountain after that occurrence, and his symbiote was seemingly destroyed. He was contacted by beings of the microverse who managed to see inside his mind and offer him a treat. They would give him the microverse to get a whole new universe to kill in exchange for his services. The symbiote regenerated due to having integrated itself in his cellular level at this point with his blood, letting him become Carnage once more. Escaping, Carnage traveled to the Lyndon B. Johnson Space Center. So Kasady possesses various superhuman attributes as a result of bonding with the Carnage symbiote, which covers his body in a red and black biomass. Most of his powers are similar to those who opposed by Spider-Man and Venom, although it possesses several unique abilities variously attributed to its gestation on Earth, and the Kasady's insustainable bloodlust, which the symbiote imprinted upon when it bonded to him. Carnage's powers were greatly amplified after absorbing the Grendel symbiote, which gave him the ability to infect and enslave others with the symbiote brainworms. Getting to the big chunk of meat here, his powers and abilities are superhuman strength, speed, stamina, agility, reflexes, durability, healing factor, wall crawling, webbing, camouflage capabilities, constituent matter manipulation, constituent matter generation, full body perception, symbiotic expansion and psychic control, and immunity to Spider-Man's spider sense. Also, if you do want to learn more about about Carnage and you want to read some of the series, some great storylines would be the Axis storyline, Superior Carnage, Maximum Carnage, Carnage USA, and finally Deadpool vs. Carnage. Those are probably my favorite series when it comes to Carnage. So if you like the stuff, feel free to check them out. If you guys like me explain more characters, explain their powers, explaining, maybe where to check them out when you're done with these videos, feel free to hit that like button, subscribe, hit that alert. Other than that, guys, I want you guys to have a great night, and I'll see you guys Saturday for the next video. Peace!